Hey geeks, this is Super Geek Heather Brainerd from New York. When I'm not dreaming up excuses to book random trips to Disney, I like to go geeking on Walt Disney World with Kurt, Lindsay, and the whole geekin' family.
Hey Disney World geeks, Curtis Stone here, and welcome to episode 389 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. This week I got Marisa Martin joining me to review her Disney World trip at Christmas time at the Art of Animation Resort. And this is another bonus show. I recorded lots of shows during my break at Christmas time. I've got 5 more plus this one and 5 more shows still, and I'm going to continue to push on and get you 2 shows a week. So this is coming out on a Thursday. Normally I release on a Monday. I'm getting all confused. Plus I'm doing Patreon releases every week from my trip down in G3. I hope you're not getting overwhelmed by all the content, but I just want to get this content out to you guys, get it all up to date. And I've been having fun chatting with Disney World fans and geeks for over 6 years. Oh my gosh. In April, it's going to be 7 years. I think April 2nd is my birthday. We'll be 7 years old. And if you're new to the podcast, welcome. I started the podcast with my daughter, Lindsay. We started talking about our Disney World trips, and then we began bringing on our Disney geeks and telling their trip stories. And boy, our listeners are positive, caring, and generous. Marisa's just another one of those. It amazes me every time I interview you geeks. You're so awesome. And we encourage a family atmosphere. And before too long, they started calling me their pod father. I love that name. I'm enjoying that. And I enjoy serving you guys. And I just continue to bring on you listeners to tell your Disney World stories. And we'd love for you to join our Geekin' family. We have an amazing private discussion group on Facebook. You go out to Facebook and search for Geekin' on WDW Family. Look for the group, not the page, because all the action and fun where you can ask questions is in the group. Share your pictures. Engage with some of the best Disney World fans out there. We're also independent Disney travel agents with Fairy Tale Concierge. So whether you're new to Disney World or you just like to chat with us and book a trip, we'd love to be your Disney travel guides and help you book the room, fast passes, dining reservations. Just contact Mama and Auntie Judy at travelintiaras@gmail.com. Send them an email, travelintiaras@gmail.com, and they'll get right on it and help you out. The other way you can support the podcast is by being a Patreon supporter. If you go out to a website called patreon.com, search for Geekin' on WDW, and you can financially donate to the show. And Marisa is one of my Patreon supporters. If you become a Patreon supporter, there's a good chance I would love to do your trip report and help you any other way I possibly can. And my gosh, she is an amazing guest this week. You're going to enjoy her. I know she's got that great Southern charm, and she even sings for us. I think that's the first time I had someone sing for the podcast, and it's fantastic. She's got 2 kids, 6 and 8 years old, perfect ages to go to Disney World. Again, it's at the Art of Animation at Christmas time. They love food. Even her son is great at eating ribs, which I totally had fun talking to her about. City Works, and that's a restaurant I have not done, and she said they had great ribs. Glad to know that. She ranks her 3 favorite places to get ribs on this trip. They go to Tiffin's, 50's Primetime, Skipper Canteen, Primo Priata, that's the quick service at the new Riviera Resort, and La Hacienda. We always get great reports from La Hacienda over at the Mexican Pavilion in Epcot. She did lots of new stuff, and she ranks some of her favorites. She gives us some great tips like the writer swap. She's got a new geekin' phrase, trickle in time. Yeah, learn what she means by trickle in time. I think it'll make sense when you hear this episode. And we get another Rise of the Resistance success story, getting that boarding pass from the Glenn Kessler tips that we've published out on my webpage, and it's in episode 171. Well, this is a really fun trip report review with Marisa. I know you're going to get lots of tips, And I'm going to get busy creating some more. I'm going to have another episode coming out for you Monday. So get ready to keep listening. You know, the weather was great here in Connecticut today, over 60 degrees. Snow, I still got snow in my yard. It was melting, but it's sure fun to talk about Disney World as the spring comes to New England, and I hope in your area too. Well, you know, I'm always excited to do a trip report, especially when I'm on vacation and it's the holiday. And Mom and Lindsay bought me a brand new microphone. So this is the first time I'm using my brand new pod mic that goes with my Rodecaster Pro, but I'm excited. I got an awesome guest here, and let's bring her on. Her first trip was in 1992 when she was in the 4th grade. She sang her babies to sleep with Disney princess songs, and the only ride she cannot handle is the teacups. I like that one. Well, please give a warm Geek and Family welcome to Marisa Martin. Hey there, Marisa.
Hey, geeks.
I love that little accent you got.
It's definitely a Mississippi accent for sure.
I love my Southern listeners. It's so great. How are you doing?
We're doing good this morning.
Yeah.
I've got a quiet house. My kids spent the night with their grandparents, so hopefully we won't have any interruptions.
Maybe on my end we will. Don't worry about it, Marissa. If you listen to the podcast, you know that's it makes us special.
Dogs barking and things like that.
Exactly. Well, hey, what do you remember from your first trips to Disney World?
Oh gosh. You know, my mom, she did our first trip. She read the books back in those days, and she really put together an awesome first trip for our family. We stayed a whole entire week at Port Orleans. It was just a fabulous trip, and I think we all cried when we had to leave that trip, and it was so sad, and we just wanted to bottle the magic. And we went for several years after that. But then, you know, school, can't get out of school, or work, or travel sports and things like that when we were kids. So it kind of slowed down with how many trips we were able to take. But then, and at that time, it was just my brother and I, and then my youngest brother came along. We're 14 years apart. So then we got to experience Disney while we were in college with him through those small eyes too. And so that was really fun.
Well, I love this. You sing Disney princess songs. What's a Disney princess song?
Oh, you know, A Whole New World, Belle's Prelude, Part of My World. I mean, all the Disney. I mean, that's what they knew.
All right. Can I put you on the spot? Can you sing me a sample?
Okay, sure. Okay. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm a girl who has everything?
Wow. That might be a first on the podcast. That was awesome.
Thanks.
Wait a minute. The studio audience was going crazy.
Oh, it's nice to get a little round of applause.
Wow. Have you done some singing in your past then?
I have. I enjoy it.
Where have you sung before?
Oh, you know, I was in musical theater growing up, and church, and pageants and all that stuff. So,
all right. Yes. Reminds me of my daughter too. Lindsay can sing like that too. That's beautiful. Great job.
Thank you.
Now this is weird. The teacups. You can't handle the teacups. No, what is that? You get motion sickness?
Well, I used to be able to when I was younger. And then the last couple of times, like even swinging at the park with my kids, like I can't do it anymore. Yeah, I really cannot. It like sets me up for a whole day of not not feeling well. But I can do the roller coasters. I can even do Mission Space.
I was just going to ask, Mission Space or Flight of Passage? What about Flight of Passage?
Oh yeah, Flight of Passage. We did it twice. I mean, I love that. It's the is it concentric circles that just keep going around and around and around and around and around. And I think that is what Mission Space does, but you're in like a different environment. Yeah. And so I didn't even know it did that at first, so I did some research. Yeah, I just can't take the teacups.
What about have you tried the Triceratops?
Yeah. Oh, I can. Yeah. The yes. That wasn't open this time, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like a crazy mouse at the fair. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
That one is fine. I really can do everything except for the teacups.
I guess I'm not going to laugh. Motion sickness is weird. So.
If you get a bad case of it kind of sets you up for a bad day for me. It takes me a while to get over it.
Well, let me give you a warning. If you go with the Castro kids and they beg you all day long to go on teacups, I want you to resist. Okay. Now it's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy to resist them though.
Well, I'd have to bow out gracefully.
I'll, you know what? If I'm there with you, I'll help you out. I'll ride it again with them.
Close my eyes and spot something like a ballerina so that you don't get lost.
I tried to tell them don't spin it. Of course, they did the opposite.
Of course, that's just an invitation to make it go as fast as it possibly can.
Now you did some awesome notes, Marisa. Oh, you know what? I got to ask you this first.
Sure.
Because you mentioned this in your notes. You said, I cannot tell you how much the geeks helped me prepare for this trip at such a strange time. Thanks so much for spreading all the Disney cheer. And I was wondering if you can give a couple of examples of how our podcast or people, especially the geek and family people, if you can give a shout out to them.
Well, sure. I mean, non-specifically, I felt like just the current trip reports and how everything was being handled and managed, just as a overall thank you for all the people that talked with you about their trip reports, because that really helped. Every trip report had a new little detail or new little nugget of some knowledge that, you could apply to your trip. I mean, I love the new segment with the travel and tiaras and their tips. And then, of course, Glenn Kessler's little tutorial video on how to get the boarding pass for Rise of Resistance was key. I was sitting out on the park bench, like reviewing it like at 6:45 in the morning. And I got a group 25. So it was success.
You scored on that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's been very popular. Yeah, that was something I wanted to do. I was so excited to see. We had so many people going back into the parks. I was just telling you before we started recording I have recorded so many trip reports because I just had so many interesting trips and so many interesting people I wanted to get on the podcast. Now, your trip report's not coming probably until March because I have so many recorded, by the way.
That's okay.
But yeah, I've been really, in a year that was tough all the way around for Disney parks, I just wanted to pour the gas on it and get those perspectives. So I really appreciate that comment. And I'm sure the people that have come on will appreciate it too.
That's good. It honestly, it really, really helped. I looked forward to it each week to see what each group had to say about their recent trip. So it was very, very helpful.
You wrote up a great summary. Before we get into the details and get into your resort and the food, I hope you ate while you were down there because that's important. We did. That's important on our podcast. Well, I love your little summary that you made out. So you had a hard time. I guess, you know what? I am the worst at having to cancel a trip. So I totally relate. I've never had to, and I would be devastated if I had to move a trip.
Yeah. You
can't handle that.
I mean, it was just so disappointing. I mean, we had been home since March. Our trip was originally scheduled for mid-July. I did have a planner to help me plan the trip. And, the parks were going to be open for like 2 of the days that we had planned to be there, but then not. And we just weren't really sure we wanted to be the guinea pigs for the first opening. And so we just looked a little further down the road. And quite honestly, it was one of the best trips I've ever had.
I love that. We're going to get into that. What made it so great? Yeah. What made it so great?
Well, first, we had never been, I had never been, my husband had never been, the kids have never been during holiday.
Yeah.
Because we are like crowd watchers. We don't really like to go at the peak times. And here in Mississippi, you can kind of catch a break because we get out of school so early in the summer, mid-May.
Okay.
And so that's usually our most favorite time to go. We've been in February a couple of times that the crowds were light too. We always stay away from the holidays, mainly because of the crowds. I saw this opportunity as, we can still go, we can still have a great time. We won't necessarily miss some of the things that others that frequent during the holidays would notice. It would just be great for us and at the lower crowds so that we could have a productive trip. And
did our audience and geeks give you confidence? Absolutely. To go, especially after you waited till December.
Yes.
I know.
100%.
I didn't make any of that up, right?
No. No. And again, that's why it was so helpful to hear about people's real trips and their experience.
And it's hard to beat the crowds before this pandemic.
I mean, it honestly, and I think I liken it to the 1990s when we used to go, when you had no fast pass, when you could catch a break in the crowds at some points in the year. So it was a lot like that. How it reminded me of those early trips.
How many kids and how old are they?
My son is 8. His name is Ridley, and then my daughter is 6, and her name is Mabry.
Great ages to go, right?
Yes. A lot easier to travel with them. The last couple of times they've been, toddlers and babies, and you have to bring all the gear and all that. And so it was a lot easier to travel, a lot less whining. So it made the trip a lot easier for my husband and I.
If you maybe listening long enough to hear my story, we got 3 kids. We waited till my youngest was 6 before we went for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you just explained why.
I just couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. And so I was like, oh, I just want to take him. And my son, he's been riding every ride he could for height requirements since he was we went in February, his first time. He turned 4 in March.
Wow.
So he's been riding for anything he could. He loves the ride. Now my 6-year-old, she still doesn't want to ride everything. Okay. Yeah, so we're all about the rides too. When we get there, we chase down wait times. We don't move through the park efficiently. We'll cut across and all that just to catch a 20 or 30-minute wait time. So we get our steps in throughout the day.
Did you do the child swap?
Oh, that's my biggest tip to people. Yes, we use that, and my son gets to ride, double the amount that he normally would. But yes, we use that to our advantage. And one thing that I did not realize that I learned on this trip, and we don't want to exploit it, but we got a chance to ride Flight of Passage again. But and that was kind of later in the evening, and they were just kind of spent. It had been our 4th day, and they just kind of wanted to sit and they just didn't want to ride again. And Mabry wouldn't ride in the first place. And so I talked to the cast member, and I was like, look, my husband's in line. My kids don't want to ride. Can I just use the rider switch? I thought you had to have the child with you. And they allowed me to just,
without the kids.
One of my kids wanted to ride, that I was able to use the rider switch.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense now that I think about it. But I think the first time the way we have used it was that we always let Ridley ride again, because what kid wouldn't want to ride again? But that particular time, he just was like, I just want to sit. And it was neat in Pandora at night with all the lights. And so he was just kind of taking it in. And, that was fun. And I was glad that I got to get a second ride out of it.
And safety wise, you felt good?
Absolutely. Shout out to the airlines and to Disney. All across the board, I felt.
What airline did you fly? Yeah, we haven't talked about the airlines.
I didn't know if you wanted me to mention names, but Delta did an amazing job. Yeah. We had talked at length with the pilot actually at the airport that was riding on our plane to get to another one of her flights. And she said that these protocols and the fogging that they do on the plane in between, they're not going to quit that. They're just going to keep those protocols in place.
I've been thinking about those things that, every time we
stick around.
I know.
Yeah.
We used to go to Disney World and always come home with the Florida flu,
Right. Yeah, absolutely. From the travel and just being in different environments and touching the rails and all that stuff. But yes, Delta did an amazing job. And I was a little worried about being in the airport because we had a longer layover than I had originally expected. Uh-huh. And the airports were doing a great job too. The Atlanta airport was eerily empty.
You have to do, okay.
Yeah, it was a Wednesday at, 7:30 in the morning, but that airport is usually nonstop.
Yeah.
All the time.
Sure.
And so that was a weird kind of vibe, but Delta did a great job. And then, Disney, of course, and I knew this going into the trip, listening to all the previous trip reports, is that they were completely, you could tell that safety and cleanliness was the first priority.
I love it. And is the magic still alive at Disney World, Marisa?
Oh, I think so. I mean, I feel it. I had a little moment walking through to the Magical Express where under my mask, my lips started to quiver just a little bit because I couldn't believe we were actually there. I mean, even in, a normal time, I always get so excited and so do my kids to ride a bus because we don't use public transportation here in the South. So they don't ride a bus to school. So riding a bus
is like a big deal.
And so, that really and truly the only times they've been on buses is with Disney. And so,
it's the first ride of the trip.
Yeah, it's the first ride. Absolutely. But anyway, so yeah, I had a little moment. I pulled myself together though, when I had to dig through the bag to find our magic bands to get us in. But it was, from that point on, you could tell that, they had the shields up, they had the hand sanitizer, our buses they were distanced between passengers and parties and everything like that. So I think I told you we had an experience at Flame Tree Barbecue where we actually witnessed a cast member spray down a table, and a family was kind of just saw him wiping down the table and ready to sit down. And he said, "Pardon me, please, let's wait 20 seconds before you're able to sit down so that this disinfectant can work."
Wow.
And I mean, that really surprised me because first of all, it wouldn't have even crossed my mind.
Love it.
They were very meticulous with how they were wiping things down.
Sounds like Disney has taken their service to that level they needed to be at, which we shouldn't be surprised, but it's still awesome to see. I just wanted to tell you too, Mama, Judy, and Ken and I, we cry when we leave Disney World too. I wanted to know.
If we hadn't had Christmas to look forward to, it would have been that more emotional to have to leave. Yeah.
You had to point forward to Christmas.
We had to look forward to Christmas. That's exactly right.
I remember we went with the kids. Yeah. They were concerned when they were little. We went, I want to say it was like our third trip. We went at Christmas time. And that was weird for us to be away from New England on Christmas, away from our family. My mom does Christmas up big time. But we did ensure them that Santa Claus would come and that there would be gifts when we got home.
Yes.
So that was
Well, we
paramount.
were there. We got back on the 21st. So it was a mad dash to get, ready for Christmas. And I hosted Christmas Eve at my house. So it was, there was a lot to do in those 2 days before that. So it wasn't like we were dwelling on missing Disney because that's how it would have been normally.
Good timing. So you were there for how many nights?
Let's see. We were there from the 16th to the 21st. So what is that? Five nights, 6 nights.
Kind of got to experience Christmas without being there for Christmas Day, right?
Right.
It does feel, doesn't it feel? I mean, I was always weirded out because Christmas Day, you didn't even know it was Christmas Day, really, because every day seemed like Christmas there.
I mean, as much as I love Disney, a Christmas Day in Disney is not appealing to me. I want to be in my house and not a hotel room. And
I understand
that. So, but I think we caught it at the sweet spot.
Yeah, nice.
It was right there at Christmas, and like I said,
best of both worlds.
Lessened the blow of going home.
Perfect. Now, where did you stay?
We stayed at Art of Animation for the first time.
All right. Where have you stayed in the past, Marisa?
Oh gosh, over the years, we love Port Orleans, Riverside, and I'm drawing a blank. Just regular Port Orleans. Then we have a French Quarter. That's what it is. We've stayed at Caribbean Beach. We've stayed at Grand Floridian.
Oh, good. Good mix.
At when my youngest brother was picking the hotel for his first trip, we stayed at All Stars. Mm-hmm. So we've kind of run the gamut of levels, and most of the time we just appreciate the moderate resorts. That's good for us. You can see from my trip notes that we don't spend much time at the hotel. And so, but we do like the creature comforts sometimes that the moderates provide, and the slides at the pool. I mean, my kids notice that. So,
why'd you pick Art of Animation?
Well, for this time, I wanted to try out the Skyliner. I like to choose hotels that have at least 2 modes of transportation to somewhere, whether it be by boat, bus, monorail, however. But yeah, we wanted to try out the Skyliner and with all my research, that was just proving to be the number one way to get around at this point in time. But I will have to give props to the bus transportation, because we were having direct service, which I'm not really used to. I'm used to a couple of stops along the way. Let's pack these buses as full as they can be. And so it made, transportation right now was so easy. Very easy. But I also did want to stay at Art Animation when my kids could appreciate the theming and think that it was, cool. And I thought it was cool. We all were really impressed.
I think it's cool.
The theming, and they loved it. And we didn't get to do the pools because it's cold for us. Yeah. We're from Mississippi. 50 degrees is cold for us. It's not for some other people, because there's definitely people in the pools, and I didn't know how they were doing it. I know they're heated, but they're not heated that much. So
I'm one of those goofy people,
Yeah. Well, and we, frankly, we really didn't have much time.
Yeah.
It would have been late night swims, which it was in the 40s sometimes, the nights that we were coming in at the time.
Did the Skyliner deliver inconvenience?
Yes. Yeah. It was really, that going forward, that will influence where we want to stay. And I would totally stay at Art Animation again if we needed the suites.
Okay.
For the family of 4, we were in the Little Mermaid room.
Okay.
Which it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Is that a suite?
No, it's just a regular room, but they had recently renovated them, I understand, during the closure. And so they got in queen size beds, which was nice. I think they got rid of carpet. Nobody wants carpet in COVID times. I don't guess.
Hey, Marisa, I like these 2 comments you got in your notes. All right. First of all, water pressure was amazing.
It was. And I've heard you talk about how sometimes you've had problems with hot water.
What?
And that hot water was on point. It was ready right when you turned on the shower, and the water pressure was amazing. Sometimes it's not in hotels, and I
get it. I've had a problem with this my whole life. My dad, we make fun of where I grew up because we never had water pressure growing up.
It's something to be appreciated.
My dad did 2 things after I left. He fixed the water pressure and the driveway. He paved. Oh gosh. He paved, which was really tough on my basketball skills growing up. But yeah, this one I got a problem though with coffee makers. You don't need coffee makers in the room. How are you going to do your coffee walk without a coffee?
Oh gosh, look, for this mama who's trying to get breakfast and everybody dressed, having that coffee maker in the room was key.
I got you. I got no responsibilities. I understand. You win there. You win.
Well, we always would get one on the way, for when we ride.
One more.
Wait in line for the bus. But that first one, to just have it in your room, in your PJs, that's nice.
I did do that. We were at Old Key West, and we were the farthest room that you could if you were running away from Old Key West, This would be the last room you'd run by.
Right. That's happened to us before at Riverside.
Yeah.
And to get a cup of coffee.
Yeah. It's a chore.
It was like 15-minute walk.
I was really concerned, but I had my recorder with me. And it was like, 13, which was perfect for my coffee walk with my recorder. Because that's about how long I can talk about the day's past events.
Right.
And it ended up working out just fine. All right. So the room was good. We got Little Mermaid. Were you singing your songs to your kids?
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
You know it. Yes. They'll have requests sometimes. And then sometimes they're like, Mom, can you just be quiet?
That's one of my favorite parts, though, when you get in the room, you start hearing that Disney music.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We turn on the TV and see what, the little day's events are coming on and all that. It's all part of the ritual.
There's an app for that plays that.
I did not.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'll have to look it up. I'm not going to do it right now.
Okay. Yeah. Get that to me.
Before we break, I'll have to get that for you. But yeah, you can get that on your phone. It's actually an app that plays. I don't know if it's the actual one playing or it's a simulation, but it's just like it. Yeah.
Huh. Oh, that'd be neat.
All right. Well, we love to talk about food, Marissa. You know that. And did you try the food court at the Art of Animation?
We did.
Yeah.
We did. And I mean, to be honest, we like the food court for the convenience.
Yep. Agreed.
If you're coming in late or you need your early breakfast, but it was one of the better ones that I've been to. The mobile order was a breeze.
Spot on. Nice.
And we did like yogurt and stuff the night before. So we'd have something in the room and just kept it in the fridge.
Okay.
Apple juice and things like that, just so we could grab a bite before we left out. Cause we were having some pretty early mornings, but yeah, the serving sizes there surprised me.
Yeah.
Like they were huge. Like my kids' pizza was, it was huge. Definitely like
have we not told
portions.
Have we not shared that with you?
No, I missed that little bit of knowledge. But we got, each of us got an entree and we could have fed an entire other family of 4. So that was really good to know. We had pizza. I had a Asian chicken bowl. And then my husband had a humongous turkey sandwich on focaccia. It was all very, very good. And again, they were doing a great job of wiping down, keeping the traffic flow.
Nice.
With, you would have to present your mobile order to even get into the restaurant. It was all very, very good.
There's a famous sandwich or burger there. It's like the seafood burger or crab burger.
I had heard about that. But I think that with their like kind of streamlined menu, they didn't have that. They didn't have that right now.
All right.
So we didn't try that.
You're making me think of, I was just watching that Christmas Story movie, which we absolutely love and watch it over and over Christmas days. The mother, the little kid.
Marathon on Christmas Day.
Exactly. I love the marathons this time of year. When the little kid is not eating and his mother says, there's starving people in China.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen,
Disney World could feed.
Right. They we went to City Works.
Tell me, yes, that's one of the ones I want to try. I haven't done it.
It was so good
on my list. Oh, good.
We had my son loves ribs.
Oh.
And so they had ribs on the kids menu. And my husband asked us like, how many ribs are on there? Cause my son, he eats me out of house and home.
I'm loving this kid.
He can put down some food. And so then they said there was only like 3 ribs on the kids plate. And so then we had to get them the adult plate, which was like a full rack.
Rack.
Yeah. And so it was like a $30 kid entree.
Did he eat it all?
Well, we helped him, but he did pretty good on it. And we had ribs several times during the trip. He did. And to me, those were the absolute best. And being in the South, we have opportunity to have some really great ribs. Oh, those were some of the best I've ever had.
Did you get a chance to try the new barbecue place in Epcot?
Yes, we did.
How'd you make out there?
Those were number 3.
Okay. You know what? I don't care because it's in Epcot and it's right between my Mexican margarita and my next favorite spot.
We ranked the ribs, the ones at City Works were number 1.
Yeah.
The ones at Flame Tree Barbecue were number 2.
Okay.
And the Regal Eagle were number 3.
All right. That's okay. Yeah. They have good sauces there though? Because I got them on the side.
The two Flame Tree and City Works were like a dry rub, which is what I prefer. But sometimes my son thinks it's a little too peppery, and I could see that.
Okay.
And then I believe that the Regal Eagle ribs had barbecue sauce on them, because I think I have some good pictures with barbecue faces, with the sauce everywhere on their little faces eating the ribs.
I'm just like your son. I think I get it all over my shirt too. If
there were ribs on the menu, that is what he was getting. So yeah, we had an opportunity to try sampling of Disney's offerings of ribs.
I'm loving this guy, but if I'm going with him, I'm getting my own plate so he doesn't eat them on me.
Well, that was probably the best thing at our table that night at City Works for those ribs. They were really, really, really good.
Do you remember what else you had on the table?
Yeah, let's see. We had a flatbread pizza. My daughter got the flatbread pizza.
Good.
What did I have? I have it in my notes. Everything was really, have you ever been to a sport book in like Las Vegas or anything like that?
No, I've been to Vegas since I was in college, so that goes back a long time.
It reminded me of that, a very, very upscale version of that. There's TVs everywhere. I booked this mainly for my husband, day of traveling. We had to get up in the 4 o'clocks and just to kind of have some like sports on TV, beer on tap, that type thing, and a really good meal. And so
I like your husband too.
that's part of our travel ritual. We use our travel day to go to Disney Springs and the Lego store.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That City Works had come pretty highly recommended from a lot of places in my research. So and we were able to get a reservation very easily. So let's see, what did we have? I said the flatbread pizza, the rib entree. I had the chicken tacos. They were very good. And then my husband got a chopped salad. So, and I have in here best ribs. And then as the week progressed, I still kept in my notes, City Works still ranking number 1. So
I love a family who ranks the ribs, Marissa. You are... Well, I didn't get a chance to thank you in public here, but I woke up this morning to find I had a new Patreon supporter too. And I read that you were a new Patreon supporter. So thank you so much. And thanks for ranking the ribs. You're scoring really high on my trip report list.
Oh, nice.
Where's another good meal? I see on your list here, another favorite. Of the geeks.
Yeah. Like our best meal, I would have to say, was Tiffin's. We were able to score that on our last day in the parks at Animal Kingdom the morning of. We didn't make, because there were so many good quick service recommendations in Animal Kingdom.
True.
Initially, I did not make, and we had shorter hours in the park that day. So I didn't make a reservation, but I realized that as we were moving through our trip, we really enjoyed those sit down dinners more so than we ever have before, because our kids were being better behaved and able to, sit through a meal without, one of us having to take one of them outside, or it was just a lot easier on that front with the children. And then they were just appreciating a nice sit down meal. They were liking the rest. They were working up an appetite. So yeah, we scored that Tiffin's first thing in the morning.
Did you feel like you could make adjustments to your trip though with the app on this trip? Like you did with this? Yeah. Did you feel like,
absolutely.
Did you notice there were some restaurants popping up?
Well,
available?
There was a couple I was watching specifically for that never opened up.
Okay.
And so yes and no.
Yep.
There was a lot of openings in Disney Springs, and there were openings across the parks, but you had to have the park reservation to get into those restaurants. So you were really limited to inside your park.
Yep. Good point.
For what was open. So that's a little different. Like, we were able to get that reservation easily. And there was 2 or 3 left for Tiffin's.
That's a fun surprise, though, to say, oh, look, we're going to Tiffin's today.
Well, and initially I was like, okay, Justin, I said, look at this menu. Do you think you can find something you like on here? Because it's a little exotic.
Yep.
But yes, it was so good. And so I was telling, we in line, I'm always like, okay, let's look at the menu, kind of see what you want, with the kids, just to kind of get it. We always put their order in first. Here, bring us our waters, and here's what the kids want, so they can go ahead and start eating.
So you can scour the menu and try to make a decision, right?
We got so their signature appetizer was the octopus. Have you ever had it?
I have. Did they tell you how long they've been pounding it?
Yeah, they said they sous vide it for like 2 hours and then just throw it on the grill. Yeah. I loved it. Yeah. I absolutely loved it. I love seafood. Cool. I've never really met anything from the sea that I didn't like to eat. My son tasted it. It was kind of like the dinner challenge. Like, who's going to eat a piece of the octopus? That's fun. He liked it. My daughter wouldn't try it, and Justin tried it. He thought it was good. So nice. that was something that was definitely a first for all of us. We've had calamari, which is pretty close, squid, I guess, in the same family, but we've never had octopus prepared like that. That's fun. And it was a nice surprise at how delicious it was. But yeah, Justin got the surf and turf, which was beef tenderloin and scallops. That sounds awesome.
My stomach started growling when I was reading that one.
Oh, the kids, they love shrimp. They had shrimp with white cheddar mac and cheese. I was kind of full that day, so I just got 2 things off the appetizer. I got the soup and the salad, and they were wonderful. Of course, I got the octopus too, so right. That was on my tray for the night. But yeah, nice. It was an excellent meal.
Nice surprise.
Beautiful restaurant in there. Very chill atmosphere.
Are you ready?
It was raining that night, and so we kind of let the rain pass. We got to walk out of Animal Kingdom after it was closed. It was just a really, really fine way to end the trip.
Perfect. Maybe next time. I don't know if you try any lounges, because the kids, maybe not yet.
No, we didn't really try any lounges.
That's got the Nomad Lounge there.
Yeah, I saw it as we were walking past, and I'd been familiar with it, but we didn't get to go in any lounges. Not really.
Well, maybe next time. Now,
maybe next time.
I mean, that's one that you could bring the kids in and too. I think. Yeah. Get out of the sun or something or whatever.
Yeah, it was. I've got a lot of things that we're going to do for next time. Now that we can bring these kids into better restaurants and not have meltdowns and such.
The light is gone on, especially you got a kid that eats ribs. That's awesome.
Right. And I said, tell me, I was going through my notes and I was asking the kids, I was like, tell me some of your favorite things that we did, horse rides and things like that. And then he was like, I really enjoyed going to the restaurant.
I love it. That makes
do more of that.
Mom and Dad feel great. All right. Yeah. Well, here's another good one. 50s Prime Time.
Yes, that was a lunch stop for us. When I was initially booking the trip and lining things up, I thought, neither my husband nor I and our kids really are not in masks all day long. Okay. At school, they don't have to wear them in their classroom. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I'm only wearing them when we go to the store or out in public. My husband is a banker. He's in his office. As long as he's in his office, he's not wearing a mask. No. So I was not really sure. I thought that midday, sure enough, break where we knew we had time to just mask down and chill for a minute. So that's why I booked a lot of reservations for lunches. And that was good. But then we realized, we want to eat for dinner too. We want to have a sit down for dinner. And sometimes it wasn't available. Yeah, 50s Prime Time was so good. I had the sampler. Yeah. It was awesome. My husband had, I believe, the wedge salad. He loves the wedge salad, so he got that. And the kids, of course, had the fried chicken. Nice. And it was neat. It was really neat in there. We enjoyed that.
Were they doing the shtick at all? Did you put your elbows on the table, or did you eat all your vegetables and all of that?
Oh no, I don't think they were doing that. Okay. No, they were just kind of keeping it very
chill.
I mean, it was just kind of normal. So I don't think they did any of that. We did have like a table that had the little TV by us, so that was neat.
Yeah,
my daughter, she's always saying, is this in the olden times, in the olden days? I was like, yeah, this is pretty olden days for you, for sure.
Reminds me of our grandparents. In a way. But yeah, the sampler's got meatloaf, chicken, and something else, right?
Oh gosh, the roast.
It's a pot
roast. Yeah.
I love the pot roast. That's the other.
Yeah.
The ribs.
It was all so good.
Tell your son. Your son might like the pot roast.
Yeah, he tried it. He was good with his fried chicken though. But it was really cold that day, and it was so nice to just have that warm, good meal right in the middle of the day. It was so nice.
I like that time actually. We've done that. We've done the first sitting at 11 a.m. We love, I like beating the crowds too, and that was one of our tricks. Go off hours for meals.
Right. Like I said, I think one of the greatest tips I could give somebody that's trying to plan a trip right now or going in the near future is to make use of those. I don't know what they're calling them, the pre-open hour, or I don't know, or the trickle-in hour. I don't know how they're phrasing it or whatever, but that was crucial.
You got to the parks early?
Oh, yeah. We were there. Yes, we were on the first buses most mornings to the parks, or the first people in line for the Skyliner. I mean, my kids get up early, and why not? And I figure we can sleep on the plane. You know
what we call that, don't you? Here on the podcast,
what?
Full stink.
Yes, that is us. Full stink. We are open to close people. We really are. And have been. I mean, it was like, even when my kids were babies, sleep in that stroller. I mean, that's what we would do. I mean, we're not taking the time to go back, to get a nap, get back out. It would never happen.
Marissa,
so we let them sleep in the stroller.
I know a super geek when I meet one.
That's me.
You're giving all those characteristics to us. Well, this one surprises me though for your family. Skipper Canteen. How did you make out there?
It was good.
It's adventurous.
Yes. I think not so much for the kids. I think they had chicken tenders and French fries, but I do have a funny story. I got the,
chicken, because it tastes like chicken.
Yes. And, it was it was the tofu chicken and the curry. My husband was just picking stuff off my plate. He's like, oh my gosh. He was like, this is the best chicken I've ever had.
Is it really chicken?
I was thinking to myself, and I didn't look back to the menu. I was just thinking to myself, I said, I don't think that's chicken. I think it was on the vegetarian thing. So then when we're leaving out of the restaurant, I pulled back up the menu to verify. And I said, I was like, this, what you said was the best quote unquote chicken you ever had? I said, that was actually pan fried tofu. And he was like, what? I was like, I know. I had to double check myself too. And I was even kind of aware because it had a texture and a taste, and it was delicious. It totally fooled him. So that was a neat little experience. He had tofu for the first. I had eaten tofu and was aware of how it can take on different flavors and textures and things like that. But he just taking something off my plate. It's like, gosh, that is so good.
I might have to try that. I'm a meat eater from through and through, but that's very interesting.
Well, to me, that's a ringing endorsement right there. If you taste it unexpectedly and enjoy it, and that's the stamp of approval for sure.
Except most of the real true vegetarians don't want their food to taste like meat.
I'm not quite there. I do love my fruits and vegetables and whatever, but I did get the sampling at 50-cent, which is basically a meat platter. So.
No, that's great. No, for people that want to take a break from meat, that's fantastic. What's this? Primo Piada quick service. Where's that?
Okay. That was at the Riviera. And I believe this was one of the tips I got from some of our geeks was, we always like to check out different hotels when we're in the Disney bubble, so to speak. Absolutely. But, it's a little bit tougher this time because they're not just letting you, go to and fro. they want you to either be meeting somebody at the hotel or have a mobile order. So we had a late start for Epcot. Epcot did not open till 11.
Yeah.
And so we put in a mobile order at our top Art of Animation Skyliner stop and rode to Riviera, ate a fabulous breakfast. Their quick service breakfast is wonderful.
And which one was it? Art of Animation, you mean? Or
no, at Primo. That's how we were able to get over there to check out the Riviera.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was the breakfast. Okay.
So it was delicious. It's a cute little cafe atmosphere in there. It's
nice.
It's right there, kind of looking out on like the water. I mean, it's just really beautiful. Then we ate our breakfast and got in line for the Epcot Skyliner right there, and it was just seamless.
Yeah. Fantastic tip. Morning. I love that tip. It's the same as my pub crawl I want to do on the Skyliner. Right. But yeah, you get a chance to have something to try the restaurant and check out the resort.
Yes.
That's a great tip. And you're right on the Skyliner, so perfect.
Yeah, that was seamless. And
what was so good about the breakfast? I mean, I remember having one at the Coronado. It was a bowl. Like Disney's breakfast, like this was like this massive bowl, and it had, I like Mexican kind of stuff, it had, I don't know, cheeses and the salsa. I was like, this was the best. Had potatoes at the bottom. I was like, this is the best breakfast I ever had.
Gosh, it was just, my husband and I shared the breakfast platter. We by that time we were like, these are shareable. So we shared the breakfast platter. It was like cheesy eggs and grits and bacon and a fresh, they're kind of like, I got a little bit of Italian flair. And so you had like a little baguette in your like Italian bread in your little box that they serve it in. And then the kids got the Mickey waffles with bacon, and it had powdered sugar, and they just loved it. It just was a little bit cut above maybe the breakfast items that we had at Landscape of Flavor at Art of Animation. But it was just really, it was good.
Did you walk around the resort and check it out?
We did for a little bit. And then it was kind of time we could see a line kind of forming at the Skyliner. So we made a beeline over there. And but they were pretty hard line on their 10 o'clock start. Okay. For the Skyliner to Epcot.
Yes. Okay.
The buses for our trip, the buses had typically been running before they told us at the front desk they would be running. For the Skyliner, we found that those run times were pretty on. They didn't start any earlier than what they had posted.
Awesome.
And then and then Epcot was pretty hard on their, I think we might have gotten in through the gates at 10:30 for their 11, where at Magic Kingdom, we were in the park an hour and a half before official open.
Yeah.
So they were pretty strict on that time.
Did they let you through to the rides though, or did they just let you into the hub at Magic Kingdom?
Us into at Magic Kingdom. Yeah. Oh yes, it was full steam ahead. They didn't have every ride open.
Okay.
If it wasn't like, I call them a fast pass line ride, that you would normally get a fast pass for.
Yeah.
So they didn't have Winnie the Pooh running, which I was trying to ride while my son was on Seven Dwarfs with my husband, but like they didn't have like the most popular ones open, but all the main ones they had. They did have a little technical problem with Splash Mountain early that morning, and it didn't open till maybe 10:30 or so.
All right.
Before they got that.
Well, we started wandering away from food. Did we cover all the food?
We did have dinner in Mexico at La Hacienda.
Oh, okay. How'd you make out there? Because I've had good reports from that.
It was really a beautiful setting right there on the water. Of course, it was dark. I wish if it would have been, dusk or sunset, oh my gosh, it would have just been breathtaking right there. But it was great. Set for fresh. Everything's just tasted like super fresh, super authentic.
Good place for fireworks, right? When they come back?
When they come back, yeah, awesome place for fireworks. But yeah, it was a good meal.
Well, the tips from the Traveling Tier is today, if you listen to the podcast, talks about best places to sit and watch them, into like a good place at a restaurant to sit. And I brought that one up, La Hacienda, or any of the restaurants around the lake, or you get a good view, that kind of seating place. All right. Hey, do you have any favorite snacks, especially at the holiday time? Did you try anything?
Well, I did. We made our way around the country's. I mean, the World Showcase is my husband and I's very favorite part of Disney. And we were thrilled this year that my son really took an interest in it. So he wanted to get his picture in every country. And that, I mean, to me, that was awesome because he could enjoy that with us too. My daughter, she's really easy going. She just is along for the ride. So she's fine to do anything. He was really enjoying that. So we'd go around, we got a sushi Christmas tree, and that was like my best encounter with the cast member the whole week.
Oh, what happened? That
sushi chef, he was just like loving life and full of joy. And with every person he served, he was just, his face lit up.
I mean, that.
And then we would just go back and forth, and I saw him several times, and he would always shout out to me and wave. I mean, just a lovely person. I mean, he was just
Don't
so
you
happy.
love that? Don't you just love that?
I mean, I love that, and I appreciate it so much.
I agree.
So that was good. The sushi Christmas tree. We had the Yukon little kiosk. We had scallops. I always get the crepes at France. I mean, I think they're always there. That wasn't a holiday fair.
That's Ken's favorite.
But then I got a little thing of macaroons. And so honestly, by the time we had dinner at La Hacienda, I was kind of full.
You've been tasting around the world.
We snacked our way through Epcot, and that's what is to be done there. So it was a good day. And we met up with my best friend who lives about an hour and a half away from me in Meridian, Mississippi. And when we were just talking, when we were having to reschedule our trips, she had it planned for a different time. Mine was in July. Then we realized that we had our trip planned for the same days.
Oh, awesome.
And the same park pass days. So we were in the parks the same days. So we got to run into them and meet up with them, with her and her family a couple of times throughout our trip. So that was fun.
You didn't plan it that way? It just happened?
No, did not plan it that way.
Well,
we were just talking and we were like, oh my gosh. And I think a lot of it had to do with when kids got out of school for Christmas and whatnot.
All right. But still the same parks. Yeah,
I know.
That's crazy.
I did have her change her Hollywood Studio Day on Geek Tips because I was like, hey, look, you want to go to this on at least a weekday.
All right.
And so she changed that.
Oh,
so
you coordinated that.
We had the same itinerary. So that was neat.
Yeah, that's the thing with the G3 coming up too, is like we got some things planned, but it's so fun to just run into people. And everyone's kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah, we ran into, we had ridden the Toy Story Mania, and as we're getting off the ride, somebody's calling out to Justin, and it's a guy we grew up with and his family. Nice. And they live in Houston now. So, I mean, it was crazy.
Oh, wow.
It always happens. We always run into at least one person unexpectedly that we didn't know was going to be there. So that's always a fun surprise.
I love that. That's one thing I love about my podcast. I love it when people, if you ever see me in the parks, don't be shy.
No, I won't. And it was funny because as I was kind of taking notes for this, my husband, he was like, I said, you'll see podcasters in the parks. They have gear, they have stuff. And so he was kind of looking.
Well, now you'll recognize me.
Do you know them?
Just don't scare me because I jump a mile, Marissa. Don't sneak up from behind me.
I'll give you fair warning.
Or if you want to have fun, scare me. Who cares? I won't hold it against you. All right. Especially if you're a Patreon supporter. Well, first time things to do in the parks. What'd you do for the first time?
For the first time, we have not been since they opened Galaxy's Edge and Pandora.
Nice.
And then my son was able to ride Rock and Roller Coaster for the first time because he met the height requirement for that. So yeah, those were those were some big deals that we got to do for the first time.
All right, let's rank them then. We ranked the ribs. It's only fair. You got some big ones there. You got also Toy Story Land. So
yeah, and Toy Story, yes.
Mickey's Runaway. What do you think?
I have to rank them. I think as a whole, Pandora was probably our top.
All right.
And let's just preface this. We are not, and don't kick me out of the group, but we are not huge Star Wars fans, okay?
Thanks for the confession.
But we appreciate the amount of detail and what that must mean to somebody who is a huge Star Wars fan walking into the galaxy's edge. I mean, I can certainly appreciate all that. I mean, it is like you are absolutely transported in space and time, walking into that land.
To be clear,
I can't say that we knew everything that was, modeled and all my son knew more about it than my husband and I actually did.
To be clear, I was a big fan when I was a kid, when the originals came out. I've since kind of caught up. So I wouldn't put even myself, at a crazy
super fan,
but it was fun. My son Ben was talking about it recently, and he was looking for the original DVDs because he's always been a big fan. So when your kids are big into it, that's always kind of helps out too, right?
Well, and I guess my son, like I said, he knew more about the vehicles names and some of the droids and all that stuff. But my husband and I really were just kind of in the dark about it. Pandora to me was just so beautiful, and seeing it in the day and at night, and what a feat. I just here recently watched one of the Imagineering stories of how they made the lands in Pandora look like they were floating and all that stuff.
Oh, that's amazing. So it is.
It is amazing. And I know the same detail and design went into Galaxy's Edge, but I'd have to rank Pandora than Galaxy's Edge. And then of course, Toy Story Land for me was not my absolute favorite, but my kids loved it. I mean, that was just brought to life for them.
That's great.
Ridley got to ride Slinky Dog 4 times,
nice.
I think, throughout the day.
Which is better ride than Flight of Passage or Rise of the Resistance?
Okay. Again, I'm going against the grain. I think Flight of Passage was better. The only thing
I don't know that you're going against the grain, by the way.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I wonder if we got some people
I'm
love.
I'm gonna defend my position here. The Flight of Passage to me was I just could not wipe the smile off my face, riding that ride. I mean, it was really an amazing experience. And then for Rise of the Resistance, and my daughter did it with us because I just was not sure how we were going to ride or switch that. I knew it was more of a experience and an immersion, but I didn't know much more than that because I love to be surprised on a new ride. I didn't even know enough about Star Wars to even understand what we were being dropped into. I don't want to do any spoiler alerts, or I don't want to do anything that will spoil it for anybody else. But for us, I could have at least learned some of the terminology so next time I'll have a better understanding of what is actually going on. The ride itself is phenomenal, but there's a lot that goes on before the ride, and that's where I'll leave it at. And we were a little bit confused in that.
And that's not a bad thing, like you said, because it's a ride that just keeps giving. I think the more you ride
it. There's definitely you can get. It's probably a different experience every time. Yeah. And yes, and I loved Smuggler's Run, and in my notes, we should have done Smuggler's Run at the trickle-in hour instead of doing Mickey and Minnie's. That was barely over 30 minutes the whole day we were there. Okay. But it was a must-do for us, for my daughter, because she doesn't ride everything, so I wanted to make sure she got on that. But Smugglers, we waited it was posted 70 minutes, and I believe we waited near to 70 minutes, and she didn't love that ride. Okay. It was kind of ruined. I would have loved it. It was kind of ruined for me because she was crying the whole time, and I was having to hold her hand across the aisle. Okay. And so I didn't really get to experience it fully, but I did. I know I will love that one because it's interactive, and it's just that those types of rides are some of my favorites. So next time we'll let her sit that one out.
Did you say trickle-in time?
Yeah, the trickle in time where they let us in about an hour before I don't know. We need to come up with a term for this, like pre-open hour where they're letting
trickle
people,
time,
quote unquote, trickle in, so a crowd does not, gather for rope drop.
Did you just make that up?
I think it's a term, but I'll take credit for it if you'd like.
We love having geeking terms here. That's why I wanted to make sure I got that right.
Yeah, trickle in.
Well, I think we got some good. That was a great way to get through all those first times. Do you have any fun, special family moments or pixie dust times?
Well, my son and I, he rode Everest a record 6 times in one day for us, and he could have ridden it more.
Makes me nauseous just thinking about it.
we love roller coasters. We do. My daughter does not, but everybody else does. We had a really unique experience on Everest. We were in the very first car, and which I love the front of roller coasters. But when we came up to the top of the mountain, we were stopped for longer than usual.
Okay.
We were just there for a while.
This is before you go backwards, you're thinking.
This is right before you go backwards.
Yeah.
And we had this, we didn't really notice it at first, but then I just kind of sat up straight, and we had this amazing, unobstructed view of literally all of Disney World, like all the major landmarks you could see. And so we just kind of took it in for a minute, and we were like, wow, like if we wouldn't have been stuck on this part, we would never have noticed this. I don't know how many people have actually noticed this view that you can have from up here. And so it's really special. And I did not get my camera out or my phone out, because I was like, the moment I do, we'll go racing backwards, and that'll be the end of my phone.
So true.
But I mean, it was really, really neat and special. And it was just he and I. It was like nobody else was up on that mountain except for he and I, and seeing all the landmarks. And it was just neat. That was really
love that one.
You can't experience, probably won't experience again, because who knows what went on with the ride that caused us to be up there for longer than usual. But
great tip is just to be ready to experience those things that you don't expect.
Right.
That's a great. I love the views at Disney World. Some of the man. If you ever stay at the Bay Lake Tower or something, I always talk about that's one of my favorite rooms just because of the views.
Yeah, you just can see it all
your binoculars.
From up there. Right. Well, and the Skyliner offers some great views too as you're riding through that.
I was lost on the Skyliner because it's such a different, perspective than I've ever seen.
You didn't know where you were.
I'm trying to get the landscape. Like, where are we going? Where's this thing go?
I will say, and I had heard it, my kids always wanted to get in a Skyliner gondola that was wrapped with something, but you really couldn't see as well with, unless if you got a plain one.
True. So true.
It's never your choice. You just have to get on the one that you got to get on at that point. But those are nice views too. And my kids loved riding the Skyliner. So that was fun.
So I guess you love the Magical Express. We were talking about that, but what's Radiator Springs at the resort?
Well, it's just like the Radiator Springs area. Like when my son is a huge Cars fan. I mean, to this day, we are still buying vehicles. We're still buying the little cars. I mean, he loves it, and I love it too. I mean, those are like my first memories of him, of actually being able to sit and watch a movie. It was Cars. Yeah. And so right when we get off the Magical Express at our resort, they drop us off right at the Cars themed area of Art of Animation. So we didn't even put our bags up. We were just carrying suitcases through Radiator Springs, because Disney World doesn't really have much that is Cars related. And we've never been to Disneyland.
True.
So, and I understand that they have a huge Cars area in Disneyland, but that was like the best that we've ever had, exposure to Cars in Disney World. Yeah. So it was all the favorite characters in their life size, they're in their own settings. I mean, they just make it come alive. And so that was just like our first, dipping our toe in the Disney magic, is to be in the Radiator Springs area of the resort. and it's kind of a hike from Radiator Springs to Little Mermaid. They're on the total opposite ends of the resort. So I was glad we just got dropped off right there, especially when we had all our luggage and whatnot. Yeah, we were totally just goofing out, like taking pictures of every character. And the Cozy Cone pool is so cute.
Nice.
I mean,
it gets you in the mood right away, didn't it?
Yes, right away. It was just like, this is it. It feels so good to be back in the Disney bubble. You know? I
know sometimes when I go on vacation other places, it takes me a few days before I get like in the mood or really feel that, okay, I'm on vacation. Disney World, I've been trained.
Immediate.
Yeah, I've been trained. I hit that airport and I'm like, all right, I'm back. Yeah. I'm back.
Well, you know, they're all about finding that, how to catch people up with emotion. I think they do that better than anybody else. And so that's why I think that's why people yearn to go and they want to keep coming back, is that it just pulls at your heartstrings, whether you're an adult or whether you're watching your kids.
Well, mostly at this time of the recording, I asked what you thought was overrated, but because you didn't answer that, I'm going to skip that question, which is fine with me.
Yeah, I didn't really think anything was overrated, especially the things that we experienced for the first time. Yeah. I thought that I would, you know, let's put a little asterisk by Rise because I didn't totally understand, but I'm not going to, I would never go to say it was overrated. But yeah, I didn't think anything was overrated.
You're taking the responsibility for that one. Yeah,
that was on me.
I love that. Well, what was underrated this trip for you?
Well, for me, I really had to think about that. Yep. I was not really expecting much from the projections on the castle. I had never we've never been there during the holidays, so I'd never seen the icicles, so I really didn't have much to compare it to. Yeah. But in person, those projections are spectacular.
I'm like shaking my head. Absolutely. I'm so glad. That's a great answer.
People, even in some other research and podcast listening, you know, they were like, they would kind of breeze over the castle. It's not the icicles or whatever. I don't know what they used to call it, but they were stunning. I mean, I just stood there. I was doing what they don't want you to do. I mean, I stood there for almost the whole hour to watch the whole transition and get a picture of each one. I mean, they were just gorgeous and
amazing, right?
I have heard that probably that will be where they go with the holiday castle from now on. Okay. Nothing official from me, of course, but just with the man hours and the time. I mean, there's just so much versatility you could do with the projections and whatnot. So
not to mention the crane that sits there.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, I thought those were amazing.
Yeah. Perfect. Did you see the Tree of Life then for the projections?
Yes, we did. We were able to catch it. It was raining while we were there at night. And so we tried to get under like the little canopy of the gift shop that's right there by and see most of it. We've seen that a good bit before with just what they do in a regular season. The castle to me was really just spectacular.
I love it. Well, there's not many extras going on right now, Marisa. Mm-hmm. What are some of your favorites usually? Or did you get doing extras?
We normally do a character breakfast, and I fell victim to the release of dining times. I had a Topolino's breakfast reservation, but it wasn't at the best time. So then when they released those new reservations mistakenly, I got a better time. And only to find out that, oops, now you've lost your reservation completely. Oh. So we let that go. So I guess that's one of the extras that we do normally. Didn't get to do that this time. And I've been waiting to do Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique with my daughter. Yeah. But we weren't able to do that this time either. So hopefully by the next time she won't be too old to be into that. But I don't know. We may have missed the boat on that. But hopefully she'll still want to do it.
I know that's one my regrets my daughter Lindsay never got to do that, and I know she.
Well, we have. I mean, it's pretty bibbity bobbity boutique over here at this house. Anyway, we have every princess dress. We have all the glitters. We have all the hair extensions. It's
gotcha.
She's not, at a loss for princess gear. Her whole entire room is Disney princess.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was gifted with my own little true life Disney princess right there. She has her fair share of Disney princess gear, but I know that experience is neat, and I want her to be able to enjoy it and appreciate it. And hopefully, like I said, she won't be too old by the next time we go. And they'll have it open. Hopefully they'll be doing it.
Well, the big part of that is having everyone notice you in the parks too.
Yeah. But she didn't even want to wear a princess dress all day.
Okay.
So she was kind of like into the comfort over being in. Some of those dresses are a little itchy, you know. So,
I don't know, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So she was like, I'll just wear my Disney regular clothes instead of a princess dress. I was like, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm all about comfort.
Yeah, that's a tip right there. Don't go for fashion, go for comfort for sure the whole day.
Let's get into some tips to finish up here.
Okay.
Marisa, you did a lot of research. I can tell you're a super geek through and through. What's something you learned on this trip?
Well, I learned, about the rider switch with not having to use your kid to get in the line again.
Absolutely.
So that was a good tip. And that's a tip I always tell people who haven't gone and are with smaller kids. I'm like, learn about the rider switch. You'll get more out of your time, out of the kid who loves to ride. They can ride double. That's always a major tip for me because that has always worked so well for us. And then to coin my new phrase, to make use of that trickle in hour. I mean, that was amazing. All that we got done in Magic Kingdom, like before 9, we had ridden things 2-3 times. I mean, it was amazing what all you got done. That is going to be missed. And I guess it's kind of like the extra magic hours. Yeah. Okay. In some respect, if you go during a time where you have those and they're in the morning, definitely do that if you're staying on Disney property. We go full stink, as you say, and we go from park open to park closed because we aren't local and we don't get to go as much as we'd like to. So we like to make, get everything we possibly can done. And so my family's good with that. I mean, they are okay with it. And they want to make sure we see everything. You don't have to drag them out of the room then. No, it's funny. My mom has a picture. The very first trip we did, she wanted everything in. And she has a picture of my dad and my brother and I sleeping like propped up against a railing at the curb, waiting for fireworks at the castle when it would be closing at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And we were just sleeping and waiting for the fireworks. That's how I do it too. I inherited that from her. You were trained properly. Well, I love this too. Mobile ordering is essential now, right? And you have to almost. So don't forget that when you go, guys. Mobile ordering is like, and it's so easy. I mean, it was really so. Don't be intimidated. Easy. Yeah. No. And frankly, I mean, I would want that to stick around. I mean, you can get so much done while you're in line. You can place your order. You can. I mean, it's just it totally takes away that time that you would be, wasting per se, standing in line at the quick service place, deciding what you want, waiting for it to come out. I mean, it is just so much more streamlined. Well, I'd have a hard time with going back and them not having that. I mean, I absolutely loved it. Unfortunately, the secret is out now because it had to be for this pandemic time because we were cheating a little bit because there was a lot of people that weren't using it up until recently. Yeah, but even with everybody using it, I mean, it was good. We never had a downtime. I heard, there were some here in the past I've heard on trip reports, but it worked beautifully for us at every point. So let me ask you this: I do not want that to go away. Nice. Let me ask you this: how do you get a Rise of the Resistance boarding group, and how did you learn how to do that? Well, that was all from our fellow geek, Glenn Kessler. And he posted those tutorial videos, which were,
nice.
I mean, that was key. And I shared that with my best friend, and she did not get a boarding group either time. See, I had to go outside to get my best cell service on my carrier. And so that was me at a park bench at, 6:45 in the morning outside. And she was in the Contemporary, so it wasn't as easy for her to get outside. And she thinks that might be one of the reasons why she didn't get in that first group. But I did exactly what I had my husband's phone with the timer, the time zone timer thing. And then I was ready with my phone and boarding group 25, like a true Star Wars pro that I'm not, but I did it like a pro thanks to Glenn's advice. So I certainly appreciated that.
You probably cheated some of those Star Wars fans.
I know. There's a little guilt. There's a little guilt on that. But,
I love that.
And there was that you could tell other people were like sitting outside their door or like at the resort. Like, why else would you be up so early and trying to be by yourself with your phone? I mean, I could tell what they were doing. And so
that is one of the fun parts of that whole thing.
Yeah, it was good.
Some random person out in the parking lot starts screaming at 7 a.m.
Right.
Beautiful. Well, would you do anything next time differently on your trip?
There'd be, we could have changed up our ride routes due to waiting times the particular week we were there, but that's just hindsight. I think I already mentioned the Smuggler's Run. We should have done that first when we got into Hollywood Studios and waited to do Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad till later in the day, because we were able to do that several times with like 20-minute waits. It was rarely over 30 minutes on that particular day. And then I think the other one was we should have done Test Track first, going into Epcot from the World Showcase where the Skyliner drops you off.
Yeah.
I would suggest doing Test Track before Frozen, but then again, I had to get Frozen in for sure for Mayberry. And so it was on the way. But by the time we got to Test Track, it was already an hour wait.
Wow.
Then it broke down. My friend was on it when it broke down, and she was sideways in a car. Dead stop at 60 miles an hour sideways.
She was on the outside.
Yeah. But yeah, they were on the outside. And so they had waited particularly like maybe 70 minutes or something to get on it. So, but they compensated them with the fast pass and all was good. Yeah. So we should have done Smugglers first in Hollywood Studios. And then I would recommend going to Test Track. Soarin', that's always a big one too. But for us, it was never over like 40-minute wait, and it wasn't ever even that long.
Oh, so okay. Maybe they were running.
Test Track was the big ticket for Epcot when we were there.
Awesome. Well, finishing up, any tips for newcomers or friends and family that you talk to? What's your biggest tips?
I think my tips are always the same, whether they're like a newcomer or, have been several times. It's just make the most of your mornings. Of course, with my friends who have young children, that rider switch it was just a game changer for us. The Skyliner, that is going to influence where we decide to stay for the future. That was a great this is the first trip where we never stepped foot ever in my life on the monorail. Like we never got on it. Huh. So there wasn't a need to, and we really weren't, because you weren't so easily going to resorts and whatnot. It wasn't that easy to hop on. So we missed getting a ride on the monorail, but we really didn't miss it that much because we enjoyed the Skyliner so much. So that would be a tip to consider some of those resorts that are on the Skyliner.
Awesome. Well, you've been an awesome super geek. We're going to get you into our private Facebook group for just super geeks too, Marisa.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I've been upgraded to a super geek.
Yes. You already kind of were one, I noticed, but for our podcast. You're official now. Great trip report. Thanks so much for coming on. Thanks for
Thank you for having me. I wanted to just pay it forward because I appreciated all the information I got from the other geeks in the group.
You really did that. Yeah. Thanks for giving a shout out to everybody. I'm so pleased to hear that we've helped you out for this trip. It was a tough year, wasn't it?
It was a tough year, and it was so nice. And I think just extra comforting to be in that Disney bubble. I mean, it felt so good and it was safe and it was fun. And it was all the things that I remember it and want it to be. And so, that's another tip. Go. Just go.
Yeah.
I mean, it is safe and it is fun and you won't miss anything. I didn't miss anything and I've been at all times. So it was wonderful. And it was one of the best trips we've ever had.
Well, and thank you so much for taking great notes and coming on the show, and definitely stay in touch. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kurt.
You are very welcome.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
I'm here. Where'd she go? There she is. Admit. Ba, 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 ba. Hello. There she is.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me fine?
I can hear you fine.
You look so official.
In what way?
all the podcasting gear. I'm sitting here with my computer stacked up on books, so it's not looking up all my notes.
Well, my background's not as good as it used to be. Like I used to be able, when I had my desk over on the side here, I have a wall that you can see. You can see my big old. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. The banner from G3 and some other memorabilia, but I don't know. I'm going to keep changing my office around and see if I can get this camera back here on. Always playing around with things.
Thing doesn't want to stay in my ear, but I can hear you good through this. Is this microphone working okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's a little different, but that's working. You sound like you're from the South.
I am. I'm in Mississippi, which is right outside of Jackson.
You know what? I got to do a check here. I said I was gonna start keeping track of the states that I've had guests on, and boy, I got Mississippi. Wow. Who do I have from Mississippi? That's interesting. I can't keep track no more. States. Oh, that's interesting. So I was just downstairs getting a drink, getting ready to go, and my mom says, "Do you know Aaron Smith?" And I thought she meant Aaron, like the guy Aaron. And I'm like, nah, I don't. And then she said, well, she's booked a trip with us, but she wants to make some changes, and she was telling me about them, and she says, you got to call Disney. And I went, oh, Aaron Smith. I think she's been on the show. I said, when you said woman, then it dawned on me.
Then it clicked.
But, so Marissa, yeah, I might get confused with you too, because I have a Marisa Mars.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I'm gonna.
Growing up, I never heard the name Marissa, hardly ever. But now I keep hearing it more and more.
I have a cousin, Marissa. So
do you?
Yeah. Or I'm sorry, niece. Niece.
One S or two. That's what people always ask me.
That's.
And I'm a 1S, which people always get wrong.
Well, your name's gonna be easy to pronounce for the intro, but. Okay. I made a Sarah mistake on the podcast recently. I got two Sarahs confused because I met them both at last October, and I totally in my mind had them crossed or something, and I was all right.
Well, that's understandable.
I don't know. It's no excuse. I'll blame it on age, but I don't know that I've ever. You know, I don't know. I think I do better with my podcast than I did in life. Remembering people's names and stuff.
I always forget a name and I never forget a face, which is even more awkward.
Yeah. My mom's recently said the same thing. You know, when you see someone like from high school and they're like, oh, hey, Kurt, how are you? And you're like, I cannot place your name.
Yeah. See, I'm the person that always initiates the hello. So at least they knew that I recognize them, but I'm always like, hey, how are you? And I never call their name because I'm afraid I'll get it wrong.
Oh, it's so awkward. I know. Well, yeah, I do have an excuse, I guess. I can blame it on many people in doing this for so long.
That's a good problem.
I was like, could you please? Yeah. And then it'll dawn on me. Oh my gosh. Well, I saw your Patreon support this morning.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It means you have no idea how much that means to me. No one will ever understand.
Well, I'm glad to do it.
It does in so many ways.
This has been a funky year, and I tell you what, that rescheduling this trip was a not a nightmare. It was just so disappointing not to be able to go when originally scheduled, and then not knowing, you know, what it was actually going to be like with all the changes. And so seriously, like just the trip reports and all that were real time almost, you know, was so helpful. I
love that. Yeah. I just sent you that. I was reading through your notes. Great notes, by the way.
Well, I had to, like I said, I can't remember a name and I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. So I had to write it all down.
Know, I am really impressed with my audience and the geeks for so many things, but the time they put into their notes is really impressive. And,
well, it made the short wait times that we did have go by really fast, and I would just talk them into my notes on my phone and all that.
I know. I'm trying to do that more. You know who taught me that was Glenn Kessler. Speaking of tips, you know, we were walking in the parks together one time. My last trip, and I saw him doing that, and I'm like, why don't I do that? Because I can't type with one thumb.
Well, and you know, depending on the level of noise, like, I would either type them in or talk them in. But it was, and then my husband, who was just along for the ride most of the time. I mean, he just goes when and where I tell him. But then he started getting into, did you write that down? Did you make sure you got that in the notes? Which is kind of funny because that's a little out of character for him.
So did you ask me to do a trip report before you went then, right?
Just, you know, so if I needed to, I could take the most detailed notes I could not to worry about it if
I got so many.
We didn't need them.
Marissa, I have so many recorded. I think I've broke a record. I got to go look and count, but I'm doing 2 today too. And
wow.
Like I have like 10, at least 10 less.
Well, and I haven't had a chance to listen to Glenn's yet. So I'm interested to hear that one. But
yeah, he's good as usual. All right. I'm ready. I'll just let you know. So what, if you listen to the show, so you'll hear Kermit. You hear Kermit? Mm-hmm. And I'll do the studio audience after I introduce you. So wait till those, before you say anything, just let them play. Then you can say, hey, geeks, and all that jazz. And I'll ask you, you got some good, tips, or I'm sorry. Your intro's good. So I'll ask you about those. And then, I liked your comment about the geeks helping you for this trip. So, and actually I like your, little, you know, I'll go into your, little synopsis here before we get into the details. Then we'll go into the resort and all that jazz.
Well, you just give me a little, what do I need to say for the intro? I mean, I know I've listened to the show, but just,
hey geeks.
Hey geeks. Okay.
Yeah, that's usually
you just you tell me where to go. Do you want me to talk through the questions that you emailed, or
I'm going to do that.
Want me to do it like day by day?
I'm going to do the questions, and then if we miss something, we'll try to fill it in.
I had printer issues last night and I couldn't get that to print off. So I'm just going to have to use it in my email on my phone just to kind of keep me straight.
I'll help you.
So okay.
I'll help you. Yeah. I kind of like I've done it both ways, but I seem to like the format of the questions too, but
all right.
But I got
I'm
both.
Ready when you are.
I got both here. I mean, see how it goes. You ready to do a trip report?
I'm ready.
You're sounding awesome. Let's see. All right. Got my new microphone here too. Do you like it?
Well, that's what I was saying. You look very official with all your gear.
That's what it looked. Yeah.
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 Well, you notice I'm representing the squad over here.
I love it. I got my sweatshirt on because it's cold in my office.
Yeah, y'all are having different weather than what we have down here.
And then I have a Johnny Cash t-shirt underneath. So
nice.
My new Johnny Cash t-shirt. Okay, let's go. All right. Great job. Great.
All right. Are we off air? You need a little on air, off air sign.
That's the awkward moment. The awkward moment. Yeah. I've had people hang up and go,
bye. Well, I do have to run. I've got to I actually threw my back out about a week before we went on the trip.
Yeah. So
I'm headed, it healed and I was able to, walk the 10 miles a day that you have to in the parks.
Yeah.
But I'm headed to the doctor right now just for a follow-up checkup. So I do have to run, but I enjoyed it so much.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. If you can email me a picture and I'll put it up. I'll get you.
Okay. Yeah. I can do that. Just some pictures from our trip. Is that what you need?
Yeah. Yeah. So family trip, family pictures. And then, but like I said, this won't be up there.
Yeah.
I literally have like 12 episodes maybe ahead of you.
Oh yeah. No worries on that.
So, no rush.
Yeah, that was the one thing and I didn't want to bring it up and I'm glad you didn't either, but the pictures with the mask.
Yeah. I've been people have been posting them and I'm like, I don't know. I'd be pretty disappointed too.
Yeah. I mean, that because we had such a great trip, that was kind of a bummer.
I can understand.
Have so many masked up pictures and anyway.
Yeah, I can.
What it is.
That makes sense.
That's.
You'll never forget what year you were there.
What now?
You'll never forget what year you were there.
Right. All right. Thanks.
All right, Marissa.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.